Win. Alright, what are we doing? We got venison backstrap. So, deer, Kathy, my wife shot a buck 2 days ago? I think 2 days ago. Anyway, so we got a backstrap. So, I'm just cleaning the backstrap and cutting it into steaks instead of chops. I cut them like 3/4 of an inch thick, roughly. So that's what they look, but I want them clean, meticulously clean. That's just how I roll. I mean, I don't, who wants to eat all that? It's deer, it's not beef, it's the fat, the sinew, fat, whatever you want to call it, silver skin type stuff is not good. So you want it out. And a lot of people get a lot of it out. I get it all out. I don't want nothing. That's the best piece of meat you get. So, anyway, so here's a backstrap. This is a half. I already did half of it. I cut them in half just because my board isn't that long. I do them in the house. Anyways, so this piece is not part of the strap. It comes out with them. So we get rid of, get it off there. You can save what's there. Clean it off for grind. For burger, sausage, whatever you grind for. But just get this stuff off. So anyways, this piece, you can see it. I can literally pull it off. That is not part of the strap. And it lays in the back by the strap, but it is not part of the back strap. This is a back strap. This is half the back strap. So just quick, clean the stuff off, obviously. I don't want anything in this. That's just the way I am. If you're going to clean it, why not clean it? Like, why not get it 100% clean or 99%? So, here's the trick too. You see the silver skin, there's always a heavy membrane of silver skin on the outside of the back strap. And a lot of people stick their knife under here and I used to do that. Stupid. Well, I don't want to say it's stupid. The meat's not flat. Your knife blade's flat, right? This back strap is not flat. It's rounded. So what's going to happen when you get in there? You're going to hack the meat up. You're going to lose. You're going to have loss. So you do it like a fish. I'd take like half, cut a half of the strap or the piece I'm working at. This is only half of a back strap. You cut it in half all the way through, just easy. Not all the way through, but pretty much. Because your knife ain't going to cut that silver skin unless you, even if it's sharp, fillet knife, it's not going to cut through that unless you mean it. So if you cut down, it won't cut through that. And then you do just like a skinning a fish. You turn your knife blade flat, pull, push, pull, push, pull. And it flattens that out, and you'll get 90% of that silver skin will come off by doing it like a fish, filleting it like a fish. So you get it flat, get your knife underneath, on top of that silver skin, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. Look, all gone. 90%. See, if you turn it over, I got it all off this piece. This is just a membrane. So you get that membrane off there real quick. And can you cook it like this? Will that cook down that membrane? Yeah, it'll go away. Do I want to see that in something I'm about to eat? Or leave it in there when it can take, when it take all of a minute or two to get it out? No, I take it out. I don't want to eat it. I don't want to see it. What's the point of leaving it in there if it takes another minute? Just take it out, right? It takes longer to get the stuff. It takes longer to get the stuff you trim off, this nasty stuff off your fingers, than it does to trim it. And you don't lose a bunch if your knife's sharp, which I sharpen my knife, but it's not the sharpest right now. It'll work. Yeah, it takes longer to get the scraps off your finger than it does to clean it. But you can see the point. That back strap, when you lay it down like that, that's the way to do it, 100%. You fillet the meat off of the silver skin I said it. You don't cut the silver skin off the meat. You fillet the meat off silver skin like a fish, and then you'll end up clean as can be. This is all just membrane stuff. This stuff isn't, it's not fat. That really won't hurt nothing. But see, when I filleted it off, it isn't all hacked up, and I got 90% of it off. You have this little bit here left. Then you can take your knife, because it's pretty flat, and you can slip it up underneath and not lose a bunch. And you just come back and cut against that silver skin real easy, because your knife blade will not cut that silver skin unless you really push. And then see, you don't lose anything, because I got all that nasty, heavy, gristly silver skin out, and I can fillet that meat, that little bit come off with it. You can fillet it the same way and get it off the silver skin like that. Silver skin's gone. What do you lose? Nothing. If you want to get with it like I do, go like that, fillet that little bit that you would have lost off like that. I mean, you can, all of it, you can get it off. Then that's for grind. You don't lose that. That goes right in the grind for a hamburger or whatever, and it's clean. Super clean. So now once you got the silver skin off, like I said, I get it all. Why not? See how long that took me to get that piece off? 2 seconds. Now you're talking about perfectly clean. Then I just slice it. Some guys butterfly it. I used to butterfly them because Dad used to. Instead of just cutting steaks, little medallions, little straps, whatever you want to call them, fillets, you can cut, and it's better if you got time, and I don't. If you got time to put this in the freezer for an hour and let it firm up, not freeze, but it gets really firm, then when you slice it, it's solid, so you can make cleaner slices. I don't care. I try to go for, we like 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, it might not be 3/4, but it's close, whatever. So I cut them like 3/4. But you can fillet, or you can do butterflies, what a lot of guys do. Say I figure out about 3/4. They go part way through on the first cut, or most of the way through. Then your second cut, you go all the way through, which they leave that silver skin on there to hold it together. But if you don't finish your cut, even without silver skin, it'll stay together. That's a butterfly. That's what a lot of guys do. I used to do it. I just don't do it because anymore, because sometimes I don't leave the silver skin in. I don't want silver skin in there. But sometimes you'll get to a point where, you might eat two of these or 3 with the side, and then you get full. So then you can, you can stop, or if you need one more, you can eat one more instead of having a whole butterfly to eat, and then whatever. So that's a point. By me showing them that butterfly, look, I cut it, and then I ended up leaving it's a little thin in that section, which is no biggie. We can just trim that thin part off, put it with that little bit of grind meat, and we're good. So yeah, no, that's the way I do them. I just do straight cut steaks, like try to be 3/4 of an inch. And this is this would be what? This would be the neck end, so that's why it's kind of, it thins down, because this is actually behind the shoulder. I take the straps out all the way to the neck, and then between the neck and the shoulder blade, I get it all and try to keep it as strap as much as I can get nice cuts out of. Then I use it as backstrap cuts instead of just grind or stew meat or whatever you want to do with it. I gotta do something with that. I gotta have more room up here. See, this tapers. See how it's real thick at this end? This is down between the neck and the shoulder blade, front shoulder, so it tapers down. So it's not gonna cook the same if you try to cut these and get 3/4, thick. I do it as far as I can, and then the smaller stuff I just put into whatever, grind, or, yeah, you don't have to. You could eat them. You can cut them and cook the thin ones separate to where they cook the same. And that's fine too, but I just make what I can make the 3/4 and done. or I'll leave some with the tail, and then if I have to, I'll just cook them separate, so they cook the same time, same thickness cut. A lot of people, yeah, they just don't, that whole fillet it off. That's my thing. Fillet the meat off of the silver skin. Don't try to sit there and work the silver skin off by sticking your knife blade under it, because the meat is not flat. And you'll hack the meat up, you'll lose meat, it just don't turn out good. You only get a little bit of silver skin at a time. You gotta keep doing it. It takes you forever. So if you fillet the meat off the silver skin, it's way quicker, way cleaner. See, there's a little piece of silver skin that holds that in, because this is probably actually part of that piece of meat that was on the back strap that is not part of the strap. It's just right there in the back. And I'll clean that up, like I said, for grind. And this is big enough, so you can, excuse me. Got a little burp going there, buddy. Shit happens. Alright, so that's like 3/4 inch. And it's still, they'll get down small and it tapers down, but it's still, you know, those are killer little appetizer bites, whatever. But I want to eat it as a backstrap. I don't want to grind it as much as, you know, I want to eat as much as I can as medallions, you know, even when they get down to that. You can hit that in a pan like cast iron or whatever, even in the house. Oh my God. Put that in cast iron even, it's good. You just put a little steak seasoning on it, cook it in cast iron with butter, and that is yum yum. I don't want to say that because Dan always says that yum yum get you some bullshit. It's the good shit. So this, see, it's really too small to make steak cuts out of, so I'm probably just gonna, we eat a ton of burgers, so I'll probably just put this grind, or breakfast sausage. We'll make breakfast sausage, so I could use it for that. It's just gonna go to grind. I just like getting everything out of it. People don't. That knife needs hit again, but it's alright. Okay, that's a grind pile. Alright, well, so that's a backstrap, which I could show one more round. I guess I could do another half real fast if my knife will hold up sharp enough. You can see the backstrap's gigantic. Is this all in view? Huh? Well, hold on. Here's the whole backstrap out of a decent buck. I mean, he wasn't giant, but he's nice. You see it? Part of it? Most of it?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now, it's too big to work on my... I don't have a full table right here. I like to do them in here, so... I'm just going to cut her in half. I usually do about half, whatever will fit on my board. This is tricky though, because I'm trying to keep it in the bag. I'm going to cut. It don't matter, because I got to cut it in somewhere. Put it down. There we go. Trying to do this shit on a table in a little bag. See that? Silver skin is really tough to get through. You gotta mean it. So that's good in the way that you won't hack the meat up. Alright, so there I cut. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Half. That's, well, close to half, whatever. It's probably a third of a back strap, just so it's manageable. You can see that heavy, nasty silver skin. People leave that on and make those butterflies like I showed you, because when you make your first cut and don't go all the way through, you hit that silver skin. The next cut, they go through the silver skin, and that silver skin will hold it together. But you can eliminate silver skin and still do it like I showed you. But see, that back strap's pretty much, I mean, it's really clean out the get-go. So all you got's that heavy silver skin underneath. So, like I said, fillet the meat off the silver skin, not cut the silver skin off. I'll do it like that, because I didn't know no better when I started doing this forever ago. So you just cut down to the silver skin. Once you get down, make sure it's nice and flat. Flatten your blade. Push, pull like you're filleting fish off the skin. And look at that. I mean, like, literally, it's all gone. But I got a piece here. They'll take one little nip. You don't lose nothing, and it's way faster. Boom. Got a little piece here. That's what Stale Cracker says, dude. He says, boom. He says, boom. Boom. You got a little strip there because it wraps around, so you can't really do much with that, but you know, can't do much about it. You got to kind of just go back and touch that, but other than that, that's it. Boom. Boom. Stale Cracker, dude. Look at that. Now, you want to do it like everybody else does it? Like I used to do it? Let's stick our knife in here. Try to cheat our knife under the silver skin. And it's the meat's round, the blade isn't. Look at this. So if you try to do all this stupid stuff, oh, I'm going to do that. Okay, that's great. Look how much meat loss. Yeah, you didn't lose it because I can fillet it like I showed you. I can fillet that little bit of meat off, throw it and grind. But why would you want to eat that and grind when you could eat it as a steak? I don't know. So, hell with that. That's stupid. Go back here, get down, grab your silver skin, push and pull. Oh, voila. Looky there. But dude, that ain't enough to call loss. I mean, like, real. I could say that. Look at that. That's all you lose. And I promise you, if you do it the other way and try to stick your knife under and cut that silver skin off, you're going to have a bunch of loss. And it takes longer. So, when I'm done doing that, look at that. Fillet the meat off silver skin. To most people, this is clean enough to cut into back straps and chops or whatever and eat it. I mean, I see slimy, nasty membrane shit I don't want on there. Will it cook out? Yeah, probably. But it takes 2 seconds to cut it off. So cut it off. Get rid of it. Don't be mad. You don't want to open that up and tell somebody, I'm going to cook you some back straps. Oh, what's all that snot? Oh, don't worry about that. That'll cook off. You want to eat that shit? I don't think so. You want to come over to my house and eat some snot? No, probably not. Yeah, look at that. Now what do I got left? Shit, nothing. Barely anything. No loss. 2 seconds. That's gone. This little bit right here, that's in between. So that ain't a lack of getting it off when I filleted it off. It's in between. So that you gotta hit. I mean, that's it. This has nothing to do with it. This is just some more of that snotty membrane that, hey, it'll cook out of there. That's just gross, bro. Get rid of it. There you go. Now you're right back to where you started. Making nice, clean steaks. Backstrap. That's the shit right there. That's what everybody wants. I want some backstrap. I want to eat. You got some backstraps? Yeah, I got them. Go out in the woods and sit in a tree and hunt them some bucks and you can have some. Huh. Freeze your ass off. Pay all that high dollar money for license, bullets, arrows, broadheads. You want some backstrap? Get in the woods, bruh. Do it. And you can have some shit like that. What? What? That's what I'm talking about right there. That one's the touch little whopper. Yeah, I heard nothing, bruh. I'll eat that like you ain't got no business. Oh, I put that cut over here. I didn't cut this, stake this out, did I? Stale Cracker. Boom. 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 Look at that shit. Cracker's a hunter. He don't play. He's a killer. So he eats backstrap. You wanna come eat some backstrap? Right here, brah. 3/4. If it ain't, oh well, I didn't have my fucking tape measure. Ready? Boom. Stale Cracker, boom. Ooh. I like that. We could I'm trying to make a video. Now this one you can't get 3/4 or 2 of them, so we'll make 2 1/2 inch. I cook them, when I go to cook them, I cook the same thickness steak together so that way it's cooked perfect the way you want it. So that's how you can do a backstrap. That's one way. It ain't the only way. Might not be the best way. Promise you, it's way easier than the other way. So we'll work this up for trim, finish the last of that backstrap, and yeah, we'll be good. All right, that's that. Have at it.